Sapphire, no, tell me that it's not you. And Lizzie, where are you going? I can't be worried for all of you at the same time. You know how to defend yourself, Ada. You're brave and strong. I love you so much. I really hope that they're not gonna want revenge for that. Hey, you also, what did you just do? He's gonna... I can't be worried for so many people at the same time. I'm stressed. I am...
When it comes to the working class, we could move our people from republicanism to fascism with just a nudge.
Shelby, you run as a socialist.
For now, they were talking together.
Mr. Shelby has one of the largest Commons majorities in England. When the time comes, he'll resign his party whip and run as an independent.
Are you sure of that?
But underneath, you truly believe in the cause, Mr. Shelby.
Ah, you want him to get involved into the conversation and into what is happening, really.
12 nights after and I'm here. In this room, in this meeting, I'm here and I'm serious. Prove it to him.
How?
Prove it. Physically.
You want him to do what?
Paris Judah. Paris Judah. That thing is going to get us killed.
I'm afraid of it also,
It's
Ada.
true. They've stopped talking to me.
They did?
They say the dark web's off. When they come to power, they'll take her off you. They'll send her to Africa.
No, they won't.
Yeah? Where will they send you? You're half gypsy. So, to Egypt maybe? Your dad was Jewish. He was the son of a tailor in Stetchford. They changed their name to Thorn. The British are closing our supply.
To say that I hate all of these conversations and I want to... that's what is happening right now inside of me, if you want to know.
Since you have proven your commitment in a most extraordinary way, Boston is now officially open to the importation of your merchandise.
That's what you wanted, Tommy, remember? At what price? Why? Because you were angry, because you didn't like what you just did. We can all understand that, but you're losing bets! It's for your health. I really think so. You know it, Tommy, that something is wrong with you. Don't refuse.
Not yet. Of this world today was now I know. But I will change. Change for good. Listen.
Is she gonna believe you again? I mean again because she already had hope for him to change, for them to go on vacation. We saw that she was tired of it. Oh, that's a good picture with the smoke like that. Ah, okay.
Lizzie's reputation is no secret.
Her sleeping with Mosley.
Read people's minds, you know.
Since how long? You know, because we had that moment with his wife saying it's not your perfume. How can you use that? Michael, does he know?
Your uncle will disown you. Fucking his business partner behind his back. He's a Catholic. Men do what they want and do what they are told.
Will you tell Michael? So why don't you just tell me what you actually want?
For you to keep Michael silent in jail?
He will be with Mosley when he's in Berlin. He'll be in the room when he meets senior members of the German government, and I want to know what he's decided.
Oh,
And if I lie?
you want her as a spy?
Oh no.
That's dangerous. I'm not thinking about her safety, I'm thinking about using her
One of Michael's real intentions towards me, Gina.
to kill you.
He intends to complete the deal. And then you both walk away.
No, you're lying. She's gonna stay loyal to make her answer the end. I'm sorry to expose this news by later. Okay, but it's what? Tuberculosis? He has TB?
When you were x-rayed and examined at the sanatorium 10 days ago, there was no TB found in your lung.
Okay.
I'm afraid they found something else. Something related to your daughter's illness.
But it's not TB.
At the sanatorium, they conducted blood tests.
Hein?
The tests suggest that the shadow you can see is not cancer. It is tuberculoma. Tubercular growth caused by the same bacteria as TB.
So?
You may pick it up from your daughter. Once this disease enters a household, it can run wild. It can be transmitted with a simple kiss.
Lizzie, the kid, all of them?
Sorry, from the size of the tumor, expansion must have been rapid. Have you recently suffered seizures? Bouts of weakness, dissociation, hallucinations?
Yup.
I've work to do.
And you thought that it was psychological issues or something?
My danger to others. Unlike TB, tuberculoma is not infectious.
Oh, okay. He had it because of a kiss, but
It is not
can't.
infectious. I am afraid it is inoperable. The growth is in your brainstem. Whilst you were refusing my calls, I showed your x-rays to 3 of the best surgeons in the country.
Yeah, it's so cool, really? You're telling him that he's gonna die, so now he's not gonna care anymore about being killed or not, because no matter what, he's gonna die.
How about them again?
How long?
The rate of physical and mental deterioration will increase. Eventually, you will need people around you constantly who love you very much.
He's not gonna accept that help.
I understand that you have defeated many enemies, Mr. Shelby. You cannot defeat it. But you can keep it at bay for a while.
How long, he said.
I asked you a question. It's not on an answer. That were your fucking platitudes.
Sorry.
It's fine, Lizzie. My account today was just leaving. No, I don't have enough time here in the account to give you a fucking number now. 1 year. Perhaps 18 months. That's fine, that's all I need to know. Good day.
You're not gonna tell anyone?
Something serious?
No, that was just
A question of death.
just a bill.
Is death in 1 year.
I'll have to pay it.
I'm not that surprised, you know, because they prepared us for episodes now. With the fact that maybe he would die because of an health issue. But for him to know that now.
Not a devil. Just an ordinary mortal man.
There will be a war in this family.
Pauline,
One of you will die.
stop.
Just give me enough time to do what I have to do.
Kill.
This episode was rough, you know, because okay, we had this meeting between the needy guy and Jack and stuff like that, and that was rough, and we had also Tommy making that sign, and we had him who said that he would say everything to Churchill. So we had stuff about the business, we had stuff about the political situation. But at the end, if you're really thinking about it, what happened during this episode was for the characters. I said it during the intro, I'm watching this show for the characters and I'm more interested by their developments than in fact by the business thing and all. Even if we have to have it, it's important for the story, it's important for the context of the show, and it's also interesting and it's also great, it's the Peaky Blinders, you know, to have that aspect. But me personally, I'm more interested by their developments, I'm more interested by, you know, how they are feeling and all of that, because also it's the final season, so I'm worried for them, for how it's gonna end for them, not only if they're gonna survive or not, but also how it's gonna end really for them. So a part of me is glad, you know, to have this episode entirely, almost entirely, like at 80% for the characters. But the other part of me is just so sad, because in fact everything is bad for them. Everything is so bad. Even, you know, the little things for not the main characters, if you are considering that Lizzie and Tommy are the main characters right now into this show, if you are thinking about what happened for Ada and Arthur, you took all of these drugs. I really thought that we would have a scene with him throwing away all of these drugs, like that's it, if I'm not gonna have it, no one is gonna have it, it's something bad and all. But at the end we don't have that, we have him falling into the street like that, so I'm not so sure in fact that I read that right. And Ada, okay, right there she made a brave move, you know, by attacking back these Nazi guys and threatening them with a gun. But they're gonna come back and they're gonna attack harder because of the fact that she replied. And what she said to Carl, you know, about the fact that his father was Jew, about the fact that his mother is a gypsy person and they are living also with a black kid. Like, I said to you since the beginning that if I have one person for who I'm not worried, it's Ada, because I think that Ada can survive to everything. Ada is gonna be there at the end, like she's really the one who is involved, but not that much into the Peaky Blinders business. But with that moment, that scene, the writers, they reminded me that okay, that's our part, you know, our role into the Peaky Blinders business, into the context in which she is. In fact, she's really in danger and something really bad can happen to her, suddenly coming from nowhere. And in fact, she can be the most attacked because she's not protected by money, by the fact that she's making business with the right persons, like it's the case for Tommy. She's not protected because she's crazy and she can attack everyone with guns like Arthur. Like, I'm really worried now for Ada. I didn't think of that aspect, of the fact that she could be in danger for that. Not, you know, so much like I thought of the fact that yes, she's a gypsy girl. We had that moment, you know, with them saying that they're all witches and stuff like that, but I didn't take it seriously. Now we can see that we have to take it seriously. She can't stay all alone right there. But Ada, she's so brave, she's so strong, so independent that she's not gonna go to Tommy to say that she needs help or protection or something like that. I'm worried for her now. But see, it's two characters. We had, I was gonna say little things about them during this episode. It's maybe not right for Arthur, but already I'm really afraid and stressed for them, and I was sad and mad because of what happened to them. So imagine when you are adding to that what happened for Lizzie, for Tommy, Arthur. To come back to Arthur a little more, that moment with Tommy, I loved it and I cried during it because to have these two, you know, these brothers that we have since the beginning, like if you remember the brothers, the Peaky Blinders, the beginning of this show, how they were, you know, so confident on themselves and they were acting like that and all. And right there to have these two sitting on the floor, waiting to have some wine, okay, into a wonderful house, but at the end they are all alone and they are lost and tired, exhausted and broken inside, and they lost hope and they lost so many people. So I was really sad for them during that moment, and I cried even more at the end when Tommy said to Arthur, like, I'm gonna need you, you need me, we can do it together. Like, it felt great to have this brotherhood back, but they are not the Peaky Blinders that they were at the beginning. So many stuff changed, and that was the message also of the last episode, of that scene with Arthur into the last episode, the fact that they are not that kind of Peaky Blinders anymore. But at the same time, Tommy, what he did, going like that to that camp, killing all of these people, it's not only you killed my daughter, I'm killing you, like right there he killed also other people, and these people, they're gonna want their revenge, like it's never gonna end. And Tommy said, I'm gonna go on another boat, like it's okay to deal with another revenge each time. I don't need to say that it was not the right way to have his revenge, I don't need to say that I'm against what he did. But if you are considering the character, if you are considering the situation and all, I would have expected for him to kill her for sure, but to kill all of these people, no. At least during that moment, he showed some feelings, some emotions. He cried, finally. He said it himself to Arthur that when Polly died, he was not there anymore after that, and now that Ruby died also, he came back, like he broke again. And we saw him drinking wine again. Maybe he's really back. We'll see. I mean, he can't be back to who he was. I don't think so, that you can come back to who you were before. No, what happened to you changed you, so it's another version of you. You can't be back. But maybe at least he's back with some emotions by being really present. I'm glad that him and Lizzie are still together. I mean, you know, she was so tired of the situation of him during the last episode that I thought that that's it, with Ruby's death, she would go away. And that first scene, you know, at the funeral, it really made me think so, because they were together, living their pain, you know, with Ruby's death, joining their aunt at her funeral. But just after that, he left her when she needed him, when she was in pain, screaming, crying. He left her because he was blind by his revenge. It was really symbolic in my opinion, and I thought that for Lizzie, like she would be tired of that. But the fact that we're finishing the episode with also that, the fact that she's giving her hands because she wants to share her pain with him, to be there for him and for him to be there for her, and the fact that he's telling her not yet, it's gonna come, it's making me think that no, in fact she's gonna stay because she knows that he can come back, and he's promising her that again. And see, I'm saying again, like, can you really do it for sure, but can she also believe him again? It's a lot to ask for Lizzie. She just lost a daughter. For Tommy to have another kid, I didn't think of that at all. And he's old, yes, because of the fact that he was born during the war, so what are we gonna do with that information, with that kid? Can we do something with him? Can we believe it, really? We'll see if it's gonna have its importance or not for the future. The other kid, you know, the other son, he was so sweet. And Tommy telling him, you have to let your mother hold on to you, like it's your job. We have to share that job. It's a lot to ask to a kid. And Tommy during this episode, he had his revenge. He was there for Arthur to say these words to Arthur. He was there for that meeting to continue what he wants to do. He was there to tell all of what happened to Churchill, even if we didn't see it because of the fact that we saw him at that chamber, of deputies. We can understand that that's it. He gave these information to Churchill. He went there also. He finally faced the truth about his health. I think that he knew it. That's why he didn't want to open that letter in front of Lizzie, because he knew that it was bad. Maybe he didn't expect it to be that bad, but a part of him knew it, I think. And see, I was not surprised when they said it, because the writers made it right that job, of warning the viewers since the beginning of this season that Tommy has a bad health, that something wrong is happening with him. And with the fact that Ruby died, we could expect that maybe Tommy would die at some point, and because of the fact that it's the final season and he's so blocked into all of these situations and he has so many enemies and all, they prepared us with the fact that Tommy would die no matter what at the end of this season, and because of the health issue, maybe he would be okay, to sacrifice himself or to be killed for someone or something like that, because he knows that no matter what, at some point he's gonna die, at some point, at a close point, he's gonna die. So it's not surprising me. What is gonna happen after that, now that he knows that he's gonna die, I'm really stressed about it, because like I said, maybe at some point he's gonna sacrifice himself, he's gonna accept to be killed, because he knows that no matter what he's gonna die, to finish his business with the political situation with the Nazi guys, or with the business that he's making in Boston, or with Michael, with that war between these two. I don't know. Oh, the situation with Gina, the fact that she's fucking with Mosley, he wants to use her as a spy. I'm not a fan of the idea, because I really don't think that we can trust the girl. She's gonna be loyal to Michael until the end. Believe me with that. But the fact that now we know that, maybe at some point we can use it, I was gonna say against Michael, but no, in fact, maybe to say to Michael that they are against him, they are not really believing into him, they don't care that much about him. I don't think that Michael can switch and be with Tommy, but at least maybe they can stop to make that war. To have Polly talking to Tommy again and again, how much it hurts me. It's less painful, I'm not crying each time that I hear her voice now. It's an improvement when you think about it, but it's painful still, where is Finn? I'm tired of asking that question. Really, you're not considering Finn as a part of this family, as one of the brothers of the Peaky Blinders. We are really focused on Tommy, Arthur and Ada, and I'm glad and I can understand that, and you know how much I love them, and yes, they are the members of this family since day one, they are involved into the business since day one, and they are the ones that we have to be focused on. But Finn, come on, is also a part of this family. You're giving time to Carl, to Charles, to these kids, even a new kid, and not to Finn. Even Jeremiah, he had his time during this episode. The other guy, he had this time also with Ada during the other episode, and not Finn. My baby boy, Finn. I want him on screen, even if he's not doing anything. Come on, he's a part of this family. Oh, and can we kill the blonde girl at some point? She was already annoying and bad before this episode, but right there what she said about what she did, drinking her coffee while some people were eating grass, I want to punch her. Ah! that much, so I would be okay if at some point she would die. I don't care. 2 episodes left. I know that it's 1 hour episode, so we're gonna have a lot of things into it. They have the time to close the story. But at the same time, all of the stories that we need to close, and also all of the characters, you know, all of their developments that we need to end. It's a lot, you know, 2 hours to finish everything. We can do it, but at the same time, it's a lot of stories, so it's gonna be really a balance to find for these 2 episodes. That's why also maybe it's surprising me that we're taking this episode, an entire episode for the characters, for their development. Maybe it means that the 2 next ones are gonna be more about the action, you know, more about stuff happening, and the characters following it and evolving with it, but not really time only for them. Okay, I'm gonna stop this review right now. Remember that if you want, you have the extended reaction part of this episode on my Patreon. For now, I didn't put any full reaction part for Peaky Blinders, I prefer to warn you, but the closer that we're gonna be to the end, I think that at some point I'm gonna put full reaction parts, because like I said, so many things are gonna happen during it that I'm not gonna be able to cut into the action and my reaction, so we'll see. No matter what, remember that I'm gonna warn you each time on the description if you have to expect an extended or full action part. Don't worry about it, I'm gonna warn you. And if it's a full action part, I'm gonna tell it on the description. And also, you know, on the things between the different parts. Okay, so it's all for me and for you for today, so it's all for me for now, so bye for now. Bye!
Wait a minute, Doc. Are you telling me that you built a time machine?
Hey.